we are back another week, predicting the scores for each NFL game. We are in week 2 right now. I'm Anthony Bertran along with
Ryan Sundeen.
And we are going to just go off each game. We're going to start with the Thursday one, but before we do start that one, so last week, Ryan got the edge on me of one game. He got 9 wins. I got 8. So we're going to try to keep track of that, see who gets the most wins out of these predictions. So, Ryan, since you got the win last week, I'll open it up to you on your first prediction. We're going to start with the Thursday night game, Ravens at the Bengals.
First, let's be very clear about this. That was one game this weekend, and I was lucky that he even got that close.
Oh, okay, come on.
My 9 games were easily winnable.
If the Browns won, the fact that they tied, that I get brownie points for that at least.
Yeah.
No one thought that was going to happen.
No one thought that was going to happen, but they still should have won the game.
Yeah, they really should have because the Steelers didn't play that well at all. All right, yeah, but go to...
So, Ravens, Bengals. Bengals looked pretty good last week playing the Colts, but Ravens looked better playing the Buffalo Bills, who looked like the worst team in the league so far.
Oh, yeah. I think Ravens are playing pretty nasty right now. Just how Joe Flacco has been pretty solid ever since people started thinking this might be his last year, or he might just get booted out mid-season by Lamar Jackson. I think he's playing with a huge chip on his shoulder.
The Ravens are playing good. Joe Flacco is obviously playing really, really good. So I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to have a good starting month. So they're definitely going to win this Cincinnati game.
Yeah, I think the Ravens will take this one too. The Bengals were showing good signs last week against the Colts, but yeah, like you said, I think the Ravens are just showing a little bit more promise.
Well, and the Colts, they're a good team, but they're not a great team. So I don't think both of them didn't play good teams, so it's hard to size them up fairly. So we'll see how they do against each other this week. But I do think the Ravens are going to take it.
Yeah, I would agree.
So now we'll go into the 10 o'clock games on Sunday. Let's start with a good one with Chiefs and Steelers.
Okay, so Chiefs looked pretty good last week against the Chargers. They definitely proved me wrong. Patrick Mahomes proved me wrong.
He's looking good.
Yeah, he looked as solid as everyone thought he was going to be. So, that fool has an amazing arm.
Yeah.
He was throwing
That's
on
what everyone says.
I was watching his highlights, too, just on some of the throws I missed from him. And I remember he was backed in his own end zone, and he threw looked like a 40-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Effortlessly.
Well, that's the thing. Tyreek Hill is a huge thing for that team. So they just have little speedsters around him, and he has such an arm. It's going to be really hard to stop him from those big plays this season.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Chiefs pull out this win in Pittsburgh. I just think they just got so much more confidence, too, with just seeing how their quarterback played last week. And the Steelers, all in all, they did not play that well. They did have some bright spots. Was it James Conner, the running back? He looked pretty solid out there.
I think it might have been Chris Conner, actually.
Get it right.
He looked good coming in for Le'Veon Bell. But the thing about it is, I don't know how this team's looking with that Le'Veon Bell thing. The offensive line was talking about it before the season. So there's definitely a riff in that locker room. And I just think the Steelers are a little overrated so far.
Yeah.
And I think the Kansas City Chiefs might be a little underrated by people's opinion just because of Mahomes. I kind of underrated him last weekend.
Yeah.
But now what I've seen what he can do, I think the Chiefs are going to have a really strong year.
Yeah, they do look very promising. I think they will. They could probably win this division again on how they played last week.
Yeah.
I will take the Chiefs, though, in this.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well. Yeah, they just look too good. And, honestly, I'm kind of believing in Pat Mahomes early already.
Yeah, the Chiefs fans really have something to be excited about with him. So we're both going to take Chiefs on that one. Next game, we're going to move to the Dolphins at the Jets. This game actually will probably be a little bit better than people think.
After last night's game,
both these teams really showed up last week. We didn't even think the Dolphins were going to be that great of a team. We said they could either come out firing all cylinders and being...
But let's be honest, that's a weird game they played. The 7-hour game.
Yeah,
that's a weird game.
That is exhausting, but
it's so weird to play that game, and now they played it at home, which I think helps them a little bit, but it's not really indicative of how the whole season's going to go for them.
Yeah, And plus, Tennessee did not look that great out there either.
I hate Tennessee.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're that good at all.
Yeah, they look a little overrated this year. But yeah, you know what? Sam Darnold, he really put on a show. I remember you called me that yesterday. First play, pick 6. I was like, all right, that's why I started the Lions defense. And then right after that, just completely went to shit.
You know the other player to have a pick 6 in his first play?
Who?
Brett Favre.
Oh yeah.
Come on now.
That's right.
The only other one that could.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but if you want to put Sam Darnold in Brett Favre's category, that's a good thing to be in.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
A good thing to be in.
Hopefully he can amount to those standards.
And the Jets, they played well in all 3 phases. They got huge runs of a punt return for a touchdown, and they had 5 picks. I mean, I understand it was against the Lions, and 4 of them were against Stafford. He might have been a little hurt, but still, great play. And then 1 was against Mass Castle, and the game was basically over already. So, I think the Jets, they're playing at home. So, I think them coming home, New York's a big crowd. I think that'll give them a little boost, and I just don't know how good the Dolphins are yet. I don't know how good the Jets are yet, but I'm going to kind of trust in that defense and Sam Darnold to kind of play another good game.
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold, he's got his confidence now. He's got that first game behind him, and he put on a show. And
yeah, he
did really well, and I think that his confidence will only increase after that. So I will take the Jets in this one.
I mean, it was 48-17.
Yeah, that was
31 points is crazy.
I'd be scared if I was a Lions fan. That is not too promising.
And he came back so well. But yeah, so I'm going to take the Jets.
Jets? Yeah, I'm taking Jets as well.
Okay, you're going Jets? All right, we're going to go to the Bucks and Eagles. The Bucks had a great game last week, but honestly, I don't know if they can repeat that performance, especially against the Eagles defense. The Saints defense and the Eagles defense are 2 completely different classes of defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was a great game by Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, no one thought that was going to happen. And did you say, is this one at Tampa Bay?
This one is at Tampa Bay.
Okay. The Eagles, they played well, but I'm not saying they played great.
No.
And they still, I don't think they're going to have Wentz out there this week either. So that's just kind of the surrounding question. Will they be able to do it again?
I mean, they have the Eagles in the power rankings as number 1, and then they have the Patriots number 2. I think that's kind of a good call, just because we don't know how Wentz is going to do, but they can win games like that. A little dirty, not the best way, not the cleanest of wins, but the defense will take over and the Eagles offense will do enough to win. Just like they did in the last game. They weren't doing well until they called another Philly. Then the offense started rolling.
Everyone's got super hyped off that.
Oh, of course they did. Oh, God,
I can't tell you how many times I heard, oh, the Philly special, here it is.
Oh, and then Twitter went crazy.
You already know they're going to ask it in the post-game interview. It's just like, come on, we get it. And it wasn't even
it's not
it was a cool play, but
it's not the most amazing play ever drawn up.
Yeah.
It works, but come on, it's only what, a 12-yard play. It's not like you went for 40.
Yeah, exactly.
It jumpstarts the offense, though. I give it that.
So who are you gonna take in this game, though?
Oh, Eagles for sure.
You're gonna take the Eagles? Okay.
I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick did good last week, but I don't think he's gonna do that again.
We gotta do some different ones. I think the Buccaneers will take this one.
No way.
Dude, let's just. I know. I know that Homie Richard is gonna not like this because
Homie Richard.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's gonna have some more magic in him, and he's gonna actually toss the ball around.
He looked really good last week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ride the Fitzmagic train for one more week, and I'll take the Buccaneers in this one to beat the Eagles. They're also at home. They have the home crowd.
They do have the home crowd,
so that could play a difference.
I mean, Deshaun Jackson's always a big player.
Deshaun Jackson. They got Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Their second-year tight end, and O.J. Howard. I mean, they have some weapons.
O.J. Howard's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, they have the weapons.
2 or 3 years, he'll be the best tight end in the league.
I think Ryan Fitzpatrick will be able to rally another week with this team.
And I would agree if it was someone different, but the Eagles are too good. So I'm going to have to keep with the Eagles so far.
Okay.
And let's move into the Browns and Saints. The Buccaneers beat them last week pretty handily.
Mm-hmm.
which is really bad for the Saints. Like, they can't do that.
Yeah, and they got another home game, though, so
it helps them.
This could help them. The Browns looked pretty good last week. I'm not going to lie.
They looked good.
They still tied, but that's I guess it's just baby steps to get where you want to be. And
I mean, both teams could have won in overtime. One got a blocked field goal, one had a missed field goal, so either team could have won.
Yeah.
But who are you looking into, though?
I think the Saints are going to pull out on this one. They're going to come a little bit more pissed off. They did not want to get blown out at home, and I think if they were to lose the Browns at home, that would probably make them even more pissed off.
That'd be the worst.
So, yeah. So, I think they'll pull away in this game. I'm not saying it'll be a bad game. I think the Browns will actually show some fight.
I think the Browns will show some fight.
At one point, the Saints,
their defense looks good.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett?
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's looking good.
If the Browns' defense played lights out, they could win this game.
And I don't really trust the Saints' defense, but all in all, I'm going to take Sean Payton over Hugh Jackson in this situation.
And I'm going to take Drew Brees over Tyrod Taylor.
Exactly. Drew Brees wasn't looking like a normal self, but they had a good little thing going, and then it kind of just sputtered at the end.
Yeah.
So, let's just see if they can do it for 48 minutes this next time.
Yeah. So, we're both going to go Saints with this one. We're going to move over to the next game. The Colts at the Redskins.
I think we'll definitely have different picks on this one.
You think?
Oh, no, so.
All right, so I'm going to go with the Redskins.
Yeah, exactly.
They're playing at home. Adrian Peterson looked pretty good last week.
Yeah.
Alex Smith looked good. I think I trust this offense a little bit more than I trust Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton. So I'm going to take the Redskins winning this one.
I think the Redskins looked good, but the Colts looked good as well, and Andrew Luck's only going to get better. T.Y. Hilton's only going to get that chemistry with them. The big thing that happened last week is the Colts were driving, and then Jared Doyle, the tight end, had the ball and then fumbled it really close to the goal line, and that could have been a huge thing to come back for him. And I think that would have been a big play for them, but I don't think that's going to happen again this week. I think he's going to be stewing about it all week. People have been really hyped on him, and that was just a big play for the other team.
Jack Doyle.
Doyle rules.
Rules.
But so, I don't think that's going to happen again because it was a crazy little sequence that happened. And Andrew Luck didn't lose him the game. Kind of Doyle did.
He didn't lose him the game, but he didn't do enough. He could come out here and to Washington and throw the ball around and, pull out a win. But I just think the Redskins, they have a hostile home crowd. Playing at home, though,
they do have a crazy crowd.
And I just think Alex Smith is one of the best game managers ever, and at least in the league right now. And I think this offense will easily take command, and I think they could beat them by 10 points.
The craziest fan I know in all of sports is my friend Steve, and he loves the Redskins. Their fans are wild, man. Which they just love their team, and you gotta respect it because their team hasn't been doing that well.
Exactly. So we're gonna go different picks on that, though. I'm taking
definitely
the Redskins.
going Colts.
Ryan's gonna go Colts.
Andrew Luck.
So now we'll hop into the next game. It's the Chargers at the Bills.
Yes, sir.
Do we have to talk about this one that much?
I was just gonna say.
We can make this one a quick one.
The Bills look like the worst team in the league.
Bills are in an absolute spiral right now, out of control. Their QB situation is absolutely awful.
I don't think it's. Well, yeah, no, it's not good. I just think they know that this isn't their year, so they're gonna see what they got with their quarterback,
Josh Allen. If they play Nate Peterman again, then someone's got to get fired.
Yeah, they just can't do that. At this point, you can't let that. What, they get 3 points last week?
3 points, and this Nate Peterman threw for 24 yards. It did not look good at all. He's just so bad. And
yeah, they got 3 points. The Ravens had 47. So even if how the way I see it is, if the other team's getting 47 points, man, you should at least get more than 3.
Yeah. So we're both going to take Chargers, though, easily. This is an easy win. The defense will torment this Buffalo offense.
Yeah. I think Joey Bosa is going to start having that breakout season.
We don't even know. I don't even think they know if Joey Bosa is going to play this week or not.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't play last game either. And I mean, that definitely affects the
I guess they could keep him out for this game, though.
But yeah, I don't think this will make big of a difference.
If they can't win it without him, they got problems. Bigger problems than that.
Joey, come back next week when you play the Rams. That'll be one where they'll need you.
Yeah, the Rams are going to be a potent team.
Yeah, so we're both taking Chargers. We're going to move on to the next one. Vikings at Packers. This is going to be a good game.
I think that's the biggest game in the morning window.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to take Vikings, though. We don't know if Aaron Rodgers is even going to play this week. The Packers don't even know.
They don't need him to play because they're going to lose regardless. The Vikings look amazing. Dalvin Cook is a horse running the ball, and Kirk Cousins is amazing on that little change of pace. Their defense looks exactly like I thought it would. Fantastic.
Yeah, when you look at these two teams, they're both good teams, but
really,
the
Packers are a good team.
The Packers are a good team,
but
the thing is,
they look terrible after Aaron Rodgers went out.
Let me get to it. The Packers are a good team because Aaron Rodgers is there. Once Aaron Rodgers is down,
what do you do?
Nothing.
No.
They did nothing. So that's the thing. Aaron Rodgers will keep them in this game for a little bit. But the Vikings will easily just.
But what if he does? If he doesn't play, then it's an easy win for the Vikings.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that's.
It'll be a blowout. I don't think that maybe the Packers score 3 points if Rodgers doesn't play.
Maybe yeah. I think maybe 2 field goals to give them 6. But I mean, they're playing in Green Bay, which will give them a little lift. But it's all up to if Aaron Rodgers plays. No one really knows right now because it's still Tuesday. They probably won't release it till Friday, maybe not even till Saturday or Sunday.
Even if he plays, I'm still going to take Vikings.
No, I agree,
His knee is still going to be hurting.
He's going to be slower than normal. He won't be as mobile, which is one of his good assets as well.
Did you notice, they pointed out in the game, too, on Sunday night, after he hurt his knee, his mobility was completely changed.
Yeah.
He was just dragging that left foot back.
Yeah, it was kind of like Stafford last night. It was very much the same.
Yeah.
Because Stafford, after he got hit in the end zone, he was moving slow. And the big thing with Aaron Rodgers is he's just so used to being able to run out and just roll out. It's just kind of what he does naturally. So if he wasn't able to do that naturally, it's going to hurt his game a tad bit.
Yeah.
He'll still be a great quarterback, but...
We'll both take Vikings, though, in this one.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
They'll pull away. This one could go either way because both of them didn't play that great. Panthers and Falcons.
Yeah.
Carolina is at Atlanta. So
Panthers played all right, good enough.
They played it how I exactly thought they were gonna play. Cam Newton didn't throw it like that well.
Yeah.
They didn't score a lot of points.
He's not accurate at all.
Yeah, and then Matt Ryan looked even worse in that Thursday night opener.
I just don't think Sarkisian's doing anything over there, man. Like, goodness gracious, you have weapons for days.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's just calling these crazy, stupid calls, in my opinion.
This one, I couldn't even tell you though who would pull out of this one. I think they're both gonna play mediocrely. Like it's both gonna be average.
Yeah.
Average ball play. I will take.
This is a really hard game to call for me, actually. Yeah. Panthers, Falcons.
I'll do a
Falcons
split.
are at home.
Whoever you take, I'll take the opposite because this.
And I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
All right, I'll take Atlanta at home.
Because they're gonna. Hopefully they'll just do ground and pound. It'll be a low scoring game, kind of how the Dallas game was, and they'll just get those couple touchdowns to win them and have their defense hold on. Because I do think they have the best linebacker in the whole league in Luke Kuechly right now.
Of course.
Best Mike linebacker in the whole league right now.
He's the best. He's the best. But who else do they have on that defense?
Oh, they have some huge guy on the front line. I forgot who it was though. They have a pretty strong front seven. Their back four.
They got Thomas Davis.
That's who it was.
He's their other linebacker.
Yeah.
Those fools are forces. Their D line. They just lost Charles Johnson. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he retired. They got Julius Peppers.
That's who it was.
The ageless wonder over here.
Julius Peppers. They have a solid front seven. The Falcons didn't look like they were doing that well down the field, so it's gonna be really hard for them to get those short runs or long runs because I just think Luke Kuechly's really, really good.
Yeah. So you're gonna take Panthers. I'll take Falcons. That one. I don't know. We'll see how that one goes. I think
that's gonna be another good game to watch though in the 10:00 window for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rooting. I'm have a little bit more passion in each of these games now that I'm trying to beat you over here.
That's all right.
I need a better week though. So.
You need better picks.
My picks are already looking better than yours.
You need better research.
Come on, bro.
My data don't lie.
All right, next game we're gonna go Texans at the Titans. So, Houston didn't look that great playing against New England. But
they didn't, but it's New England.
But it's New England, and the Titans just look flat out horrible.
Deshaun Watson didn't look as good as he did in the first couple games last year. I'll give you that, but I'm not trusting Tennessee this year, man.
No, Marcus Mariota looked horrible too.
And Derrick Henry doesn't look as good as you think.
Oh, he's a bum.
Yeah,
he's a bum. I can't believe I picked him up.
Those Alabama running backs are never as good as you think they're gonna be. Like I thought Trent Richardson was gonna come in and wreck the league, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, even though Eddie Lacy, he's not even in the league anymore.
Yeah, well, he was too big.
He's too fat.
I remember they made a clause for him if he could, like, drop 50 pounds. It's like, bro, they have to give you money to drop weight.
Yes.
You should just be dropping weight.
No, yeah. So, I'm going to take Houston, though.
I think so, too.
Marcus
even though they're playing in Tennessee.
Nah, yeah. Marcus Mariota got hurt, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what his status is. I'm sure he'll play. It didn't look too serious, but he still doesn't really look like he knows what he's doing.
He didn't look too serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. The Texans, I still think they're going to have a good D. Like, yes, they got torn up by New England, but that's New England. It's hard to stop them. And Gronk had a couple plays that were just so Gronkish.
Yeah.
Like, he was doubled, and he still caught the ball, like, over someone's shoulder. And it's just, they're playing so good. And it's hard to stop Tom, especially with all that nonsense people have been talking about him all year. He has that Tom vs. Time documentary.
Yeah.
I think he's being way more introspective as a person and as a player, and now he sees what he needs to do to be that next guy, to be the greatest ever. Even though I think he's still the greatest ever right now.
Yeah.
But he doesn't think so himself. He's very internally motivated.
Hey, keep going, Tom. I'm pulling for you.
So, yeah, as that big thing about Tom Brady, Texans are going to win.
Texans will win.
Texans are going to win.
So that's the last of our morning games. Now we're going to move over to the afternoon games.
Our little home state game.
Yeah, they didn't look too
By the
great.
way, Forks up.
Forks up, yeah, pulling away against Michigan State.
I'm in with her, but yeah.
They left their swords. They must have left their swords back at Michigan.
Dude, oh my God, I rewatched the game last night. It was so sick.
Yeah. I wish I could see more of it.
It was so sick.
I tried to watch it at work, but...
I had to watch it at work as well, but I got to watch the re-air on ESPN last night after the Monday Night Football games.
Yeah.
So dope, man.
Hey, did you see that play? Their nose guard, he just blew back the center and blew up the whole play. That was nasty.
It was crazy.
That was nasty.
But Forks up. So, Arizona Cardinals are going to LA to face the Rams in the Coliseum. That's going to be a really hard game for the Cardinals. I mean, Bradford's not an inexperienced quarterback, but I just don't think their team's strong enough to play a Rams team that played amazing last night.
And Bradford put up 6 points?
That's
not good. And that was a home game, too.
Yeah.
So Cardinals will lose this game.
David Johnson didn't look like it either.
Yeah, he didn't. No highlights from him. I didn't see anything.
I think he only had 40, 50 yards.
Todd Gurley looked like a monster last night. He was fighting for every single yard, man.
That whole offense looked good, man.
Yeah.
That offense is going to be really good, and then that defense, Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh. They have Aqib Talib on one.
Marcus Peters.
Oh, my God.
Marcus Peters, you almost got me my win last night in fantasy. If only the Lions defense didn't eat total dick. So
yeah, so the Rams played well, and I think it was a hard environment for them to come in with John Gruden having his first game at home in Oakland since who knows how long, 1994 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a hard environment to come in. They kind of didn't play great in the beginning, but they figured out a way to keep moving the ball and scoring.
It's just that crowd though. The Raider crowd has always been kind of I don't know. It's just, obviously it's a hostile crowd. It's the black hole, but I feel like it always gives the Raiders a little bit of a boost in the very beginning.
Oh, agreed.
But
agreed.
Yeah, by the fourth quarter, probably by the end of the third, it got silent.
But let's be honest, Derek Carr kind of lost that game for him as opposed to anyone else winning it. He did not.
He blew it.
He had 2 interceptions. You're like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, it was.
Maybe that was good defensive scheming though. So once again, that goes to Rams credit.
Yeah, but we're both gonna go Rams here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, Rams.
Cardinals are not gonna have a good year.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Probably we'll see Rosen though sometime this season if they're.
I hope they get him in at least by week 8, or we'll see how he does, and you never know. Bradford might get hurt again.
Yeah. So next one we're gonna move to the Lions at the Niners. You know what? After that game last night, Lions are gonna be maybe a 6-win team. We'll see. That's in my take. I will take the 49ers in this game. The 49ers, they played Minnesota last night, or not last night, on Sunday.
Sunday.
they didn't look terrible. I mean, there were some promising things from Jimmy Garoppolo. I liked how he threw the ball a lot more than Matthew Stafford threw the ball. And even the Jets defense, they must have schemed pretty well, but it's not like the Jets defense is known for being solid. They don't.
No.
They might be solid this year.
They might. We just don't know. It's hard to tell with week ones.
Yeah, but I will take the Niners in this one. I think they'll. It's not. Jimmy G did show some signs of progress, but he also did make some
a little
mistakes.
flank in the armor.
Yeah.
Of Jimmy G. That was his first loss.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
I mean, it was gonna come eventually. He wasn't that good.
He's 5-1 technically. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Dude, you only had 5 games. You're gonna lose. It's not that big of a deal that you lost that game.
And
plus, that was Minnesota's one of the best teams.
And no one was looking at him last year to do anything. So, when they did, it was like, oh, good for you, man.
Yeah. Well done. I think the Niners will come out on top on this one. Who do you have?
I mean, I'll just go against you this time because the Lions. I think when you get beat that badly at home in front of a nationally televised audience, you can't do much worse. So I think they're going to come back with a little bit of vengeance. It's going to be a little hard for them to play against the 49ers in San Francisco. It's kind of a long game after a short week.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, Matt Patricia's a smart dude. He's going to scheme. He's going to figure it out. And who he knows really well? Jimmy G. They used to be coaching him.
That is true.
So he's going to know a little bit of tendencies, and I think that's going to help Patricia figure out a way to win this game. And if they don't win this game, it's going to start looking really bad.
That's an interesting take, though. I would agree with you on that.
You thought about Matt.
Patricia probably will know some little things that
tendencies
Jimmy will do. Yeah,
he's definitely going to notice some tendencies that, like a coach that Well, let's be honest. Jimmy G doesn't have much footage on him, so Matt Patricia is probably one of the best defensive minds I think to go up against him. Yeah, because he knows them probably better than most people.
We'll see how that one plays out. So you're gonna take Lions. I'll take Niners.
I'll take the Lions. Yeah, why not? And then we'll move over to a West battle. We got Raiders against the Broncos. Denver's at home again.
And they got a pass rush. Raiders did not have a pass rush last night.
No,
I mean, they even pointed that out too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared Goff was never under duress.
No.
I mean, I think he even Jared Goff said he got sacked once and it was on him.
Yeah.
So
he wasn't under duress at all, and I mean, the Raiders are obviously really missing Khalil Mack, and then after what he did in the Chicago game.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They makes them look so bad.
That was just like the biggest middle finger to the Raiders right there.
It makes them look so bad. I mean, little John Gruden had his little thing to say about it, but it is what it is. I don't know who's going to win this game, to be honest.
I'm going to take Denver.
Are you?
You're playing.
I mean, it's
playing
hard.
in Mile High again.
That's what I was going to say. It's hard to take them when they're home.
Plus they're going to get back there in forms of pass rushing. So I mean they got Chubb and they got Miller.
Yeah, Miller had a great week last week. 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Has always been good. I mean, if not decent.
Denver's?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. They have.
See, John Elway knows how to pick defenses because he knows what he doesn't want to see, but he does not know how to pick quarterbacks.
Yeah, so I trust the Broncos a little bit more than just the Raiders, especially after last night.
Case Keenum's a good game manager as well. Not great game manager, but good enough, especially at home.
He did enough to win.
Yeah.
He didn't play lights out. I mean, he had a pick or two.
I don't think he ever will.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever will. I think he got overpaid, to be honest, but... I mean, like I said, John Elway is kind of desperate. He just tries to get quarterbacks that he thinks are going to be able to lead him. And, I mean, that's kind of what happened when he got Peyton, but that was different. That was Peyton Manning, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, so who are you taking in this one?
I have to go with the Broncos. I don't really trust the Raiders' defense. I don't really trust Derek Carr after last night. It's going to probably be a closer game than the Rams and the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I got to let Broncos win this one. Just... If anything, just because they're at home and it's so hard to play there. Yeah. It is so hard to play up there. Like if you've never played as an athlete in altitude from coming from non-altitude, which is where Oakland's coming from, they're right at Seaside.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. It's incredible. That's why they have those elevation masks at the gym. Those people.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
So we're both gonna go Denver.
We're going Denver.
So we're gonna move to this next game. This is the highlight.
This is a game.
This is a game right here.
AFC Championship rematch.
Rematch. Patriots at Jacksonville. It's at Jacksonville this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Jacksonville looked good on D last week.
They looked good on D. They didn't look great on O.
I don't think they ever will.
So they won 20-15 against the Giants, and one of their touchdowns was scored by the defense.
Yep.
So they got, I can't remember how they scored the other touchdown on offense, but you got to score more points than that.
You do.
If you're going to beat New England, but
you do.
They are at home, though.
That'll give them a boost, especially, like, it'll help out their defense because their home crowd's going to get super loud. It's going to be harder for Tom Brady to make those calls, but Tom Brady has been doing it for so long. I kind of trust him to make those calls. He won't even need to say much. He has those hand signals and all that stuff, so he's been doing it for too long for a home and for a away environment to affect him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking the Patriots this week.
You're going to take the Patriots? Okay.
Jacksonville looks good, but not that good.
You know, I'll take the Jaguars. I think their defense, I mean, granted, Odell Beckham did actually make some plays against this defense, but that's Odell. You know, Patriots receivers, they know how to get open, but will it be enough? Just skill set wise, I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars on this one. I think their defense will prevail. I think their offense will do just about enough to pull out. It'll be a close game. Don't get me wrong.
It will be a close game.
It'll be a close game. They got the home crowd, though. I think it'll be a little bit more amped up. The defense will be playing a little bit more
definitely
aggressive.
be amped up.
Yeah, so I'll take Jacksonville on this one.
I mean, I think their home crowd loves them now because they're called Saxonville, and they have something to hang their hat on, and they haven't had that for a long time. So I get the home crowd energized. With all that said, Patriots looked too good last week. Houston has a good defense as well, and they made them look really bad.
Why is this game not the night game?
Because the Cowboys pay more money to the league.
Why do we have to watch the damn Cowboys and Giants every single
Sunday night? The Cowboys pay more money to the league, bro. No one likes them.
Yeah, we always watch the Cowboys, and it's always just mediocre ball play.
All right, so going on to the Cowboys-Giants, that's the late-night game. I think Jerry's really seen his time come to an end. Like, he's on the, as they call it, the back nine of your life. And he might be on the back three.
Yeah. So this game,
he's hurting for a championship, and it does not look like Dak Prescott's the guy to give it to him. No. And Jason Garrett is not the coach to give it to him either.
They've known that. I mean, every Cowboy fan knows that Jason Garrett. You honestly think
Dak Prescott's in the league of even a Matt Ryan? And I don't even think Matt Ryan. I think he's second tier.
Yeah.
I think Matt Ryan's second tier, maybe first tier, but it's hard to get in that first tier. I mean, Bill Roethlisberger doesn't even look first tier after last week.
He did not look too good out there at all. He threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good, Ben. I mean, it was raining, but you've played in worse before.
I think the Giants might take this. I know they're going away, but they did probably play the hardest defense in the league. You know, let's be honest, it's either Vikings or Jacksonville after week 1. That's a given. So I think going in to play the Cowboys, whose defense did not look good last week. We both just said Carolina's not great, but they scored a good amount of points. Enough points.
They scored enough. But, yeah, you're going from playing the best defense to now playing probably one of the worst. I'm going to say, I'll take the Giants in this one. I think Saquon will
looked good last week.
Saquon will have a field day on this defense, and then OBJ will obviously get his catches in.
Yeah, he will.
Be depending on how Eli Manning plays. I mean, I don't really ever know with Eli Manning anymore.
What you do know about Eli Manning is he's not scared to throw an interception or a touchdown. He'll just throw that bad boy up there.
Yeah, that's kind of like how all these 04 quarterbacks have been. I mean, Rivers, Roethlisberger, and Eli, they just chuck it up there. It's like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. And if it's a pick, it's a pick. But, I mean, I think they trust themselves enough to be able to get a drive.
I mean, I would trust OBJ to go up there and get it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm saying you got, all 3 of these quarterbacks have that. One's got OBJ, one's got Keenan Allen, one's got Antonio Brown.
Yeah, what's going to hurt is, like, if they start pounding the rock with Saquon, their safeties are going to have to come up and then give a one-man coverage on OBJ. That's a recipe for disaster.
So we're both going to take Giants then on this one.
And agree? The Cowboys look bad. What if when they go 0-2, what's going to happen? The sky is going to start falling.
I'm not going to watch
Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
I'm not going to watch SportsCenter, ESPN, or any of those networks because all they're going to talk about is the Cowboys on how they're.
It's crazy how much coverage they get and how terrible they are. Like, the mediocrity in that team is ridiculous, and they still get all this coverage.
It's just because they're one of the most well-known teams in the world.
They say they're the most valuable franchise of any sports team in the whole world, including soccer teams and everything.
I thought, yeah, it's up there.
No, they're number one, and I think Real Madrid's too.
I thought it was Manchester United.
I think Real Madrid's number 2, and the Man U's 3, and then it goes back to I think the Giants or something.
To look that one up to be sure, but
it's on Forbes.
It's definitely up. They're definitely up there. I wouldn't be surprised if they're number 1, but
oh no, they definitely are. I know that.
So, but we're both good to take Giants.
Yeah.
All right. So now the last game, Monday night, we got the Seahawks at the Bears.
I didn't think this was gonna be a good game when I first saw it, but now that I saw the Bears last weekend, I think it might be.
Yeah, the Bears they showed some promising signs. I don't know what happened to them in the second half of the game. They just kind of fell apart.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers just came in and had an Aaron Rodgers moment.
But it's not like that defense is even that great. Like no. Mitch Trubisky, you can't lead your team down there for one more touchdown. You score a touchdown, the game's over.
I don't trust in Mitch, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at the quarterbacks here, and
Mitch was acting like a Mitch.
Mitch was acting like a Mitch. We'll just say that. And then, the Seahawks, they put up a good fight. I wasn't surprised they lost to Denver, but, I'm going to trust Russell Wilson a little bit more. I think
Chris Carson as well was looking pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks, though, in this one.
I'm going to take this. It sucks to take them, but I'm not going to just take the Bears. I don't trust in Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
I think the defense will give him trouble, but I don't think the Bears' offense is good enough to keep him in the game.
He just isn't that great at stretching out plays.
No.
Like, it's just he's still just like a 1 or 2 read guy, and then after that he's just gonna go run it for 6 yards, and then
that, or I just think he reads it slowly.
He is a slow reader.
He just doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really see the defense that well, and so he just kind of hopes that his first 1 or 2 reads is open, and then he's like, oh, what do I do now? It's like you wait.
Yeah.
And then you wait, man. Draw out the play.
So Seahawks.
So the Seahawks are gonna win. I think it's going to be a pretty easy win for them, too. I think their defense will be solid. Another week for them underneath Pete Carroll. They're a young defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, playing another week and doing stuff another week will definitely help them out. And the Bears, Khalil Mack looked good. He's going to play more. He's still on a snap count, I think, until week 4.
Yeah.
So that's going to hurt the Bears a little bit. But when he does come in, he's going to be a monster.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, those are our picks, though, for this week. We'll see who prevails after this week in picks. Not going to lie, it'll probably be me because you took some very questionable picks in these games.
They look questionable until I win. That's the thing.
We'll see, man. You took the Colts against the Redskins. Come on, bro.
That's a great pick.
That's a win for me. But, yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week. Can't say go watch Hard Knocks because that's over, but
it is over.
Watch these games this week. They got some good ones.
They do have some really good games this week.
But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, guys. Forks up.
Forks up.